Hi guys, Mrnewmobile here. Please subscribe, followed by the bell. So, in comparison, Samsung and Apple hold nearly 80% of the American phone market, while about the same percentage of users are shopping for handsets exclusively through their US carrier of choice, and those peddle mainly iPhones or Galaxies. There's no escaping the Apple-Samsung duopoly in the US. That's why a clash between the 2022 flagship Galaxy S22 Ultra and the finest iPhone money can buy, the 13 Pro Max. Considering Apple's 42% market share in the US, what would make an iPhone user switch to a phone like the Galaxy S22 Ultra, or choose it from the get-go instead of the 13 Pro Max? Well, so $1,199.99 S22 Ultra, compared to $1,099 iPhone 13 Pro Max. Starting prices for the base 128GB model. Samsung is not upping the Galaxy S22 Ultra price from the $1,199.99 starting level of its predecessor. So we can expect to pay upcoming flagship than for the iPhone 13 Pro Max. Admittedly, you are getting way more in terms of specs than the price difference, what with a 10x periscope camera zoom or the S Pen Silo, not to mention the much faster charging speeds. Samsung is playing Apple's clever game here, using more affordable AmpereX batteries and adding features to existing components in the S22 Ultra production mix to keep costs in check, so it would be hard for the 13 Pro Max to fight the phone on pricing basis alone, and it will have to resort to the ubiquity and street cred of iOS devices in the US to even things out. The design of the Galaxy S22 Ultra is pretty unorthodox when looked at from the rear, as each individual camera lens ring will be protruding slightly from the surface of the phone, instead of having all preserved in a huge camera island. Granted, the iPhone 13 Pro Max has a pretty distinctive camera setup of its own, but it'll be no match for the raindrop camera kit design of the S22 Ultra. The colors that Samsung may have picked up for the S22 Ultra, black, white, burgundy red, and green, are also be very different from the current iPhone 13 Pro Max color options. The presence of a unique S Pen Silo on the S22 Ultra, and at the same time keeping the 5000 mAh battery pack, have necessitated a stockier aspect ratio, 19.3:9 instead of 20:9, making it as wide as the 13 Pro Max. First the Google Pixel 6 series with their camera line across the back of the phone, then the S22 Ultra will try and shake up the tired corner camera island phone design, and we can only be delighted with the changes, especially compared to the giant corner slab of the 13 Pro Max. Even though the 13 Pro Max has the largest active screen area of any iPhone so far, smaller notch and everything, it is no match for the stubby S22 Ultra, where Samsung's new border reduction structure project shines with an even thinner bottom bezel. It offers the biggest screen area on a top-shelf Galaxy, what with a 6.8-inch display diagonal longer than the 6.7 one on the 13 Pro Max, but with a wider aspect ratio. While Apple boosted the peak iPhone 13 Pro Max display brightness to 1200 nits, the new LTPO OLED panel generation in the S22 Ultra will smash that value to the ground with 1750 nits of pure outdoor visibility joy, earning it the best phone display title in the process, barring any unpleasant color presentation surprises. Granted, such high brightness levels will only be possible on the 1440p panel of the Ultra when you are watching HDR content in high ambient light settings, yet the same goes for the iPhone, so the Galaxy will have an upper hand here. A more granular refresh rate controlled down to the single Hz, hence more efficient display power consumption, is also in store for the Galaxy S22 Ultra, while the iPhone 13 Pro Max can do a 10 Hz to 120 Hz range. Its refresh rate control is a tad smarter, though, by adjusting the speed on the fly, including while you touch the display, so in terms of battery efficiency Apple's 120 Hz implementation may prove superior. The S22 Ultra strikes back with an active digitizer layer that allows it to react to Samsung's S Pen stylus, which will be tucked in a silo on the phone itself for the first time since the Note 20 series, turning the Ultra into an all-powerful input machine. Compared to the triple 12MP camera set on the iPhone 13 Pro Max, the Galaxy S22 Ultra camera specs may sound as something out of this world. Main 108MP camera, a 12MP ultra-wide, and 10MP 3x telephoto or 10x periscope zoom sensors, but they are actually the same as on the S21 Ultra. Still, Samsung is placing an upgraded 108MP sensor main camera with wider aperture to capture more light. The 13 Pro Max has the largest sensor ever put in an iPhone, though, and one of the largest on phones, period, so the added low-light prowess of the S22 Ultra main camera may just be catching up. The new generation of the 108MP ISOCELL line in the S22 Ultra has reportedly allowed it to capture much more detail, too, and that's an area where the 13 Pro Max will find it hard to beat the Galaxy, even though it also offers ProRes video and photo mode with raw imagery to edit on. Samsung is also introducing a much more precise image stabilization that is said to reduce hand shakes and vibrations while walking by 48%, so expect sharper photos and smoother videos to take on the iPhone 13 Pro Max sensor shift stabilization tech. The S22 Ultra would be upgrading on the Snapdragon 888 processor that is found in the S21 Ultra with a 4nm Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 chipset, but it's the Exynos 2200 version of the S22 Ultra with the AMD graphics that is the more interesting one, and that's the one Verizon wants. The Exynos 2200 iteration is the first to bear the fruits of the Samsung-AMD partnership with an mRDNA graphics subsystem that would surely beat the stock Mali cores in previous Exynos chipsets, just like Google's Tensor chipset benchmarks proved it to be a graphics monster. Bear in mind that the 8 Gen 1 taken from a Qualcomm reference device, so with further refinements to both the retail phone and the chipset software management, we can reasonably expect a faster S22 Ultra performance compared to the A15. Synthetic benchmarks are not that indicative of real-world performance, as there is throttling under pressure to consider, too, so we'll test the Galaxy S22 Ultra processors against the A15 in iPhone 13 Pro Max as soon as we get a hold on those, with a special emphasis on the potential graphics subsystem scores from AMD. Both phones sport big batteries, and the Galaxy S21 Ultra already proved to be the longest-lasting Android flagship phone in its top-shelf spec segment, so we expect nothing less from the S22 Ultra. The iPhone 13 Pro Max, however, managed to occupy the top place in our flagship phone battery life chart, and the S22 Ultra will have a hard time beating its efficient marriage of in-house hardware and software, even though it has about 10% smaller battery than the 5000 mAh pack in the Ultra. The S22 Ultra, however, will finally be able to support fast 45W charging speeds. We would say it's high time considering that the Chinese competition is already at up to 120W, but Samsung is able to pull off charging wonders with just the 25W brick of the S21 Ultra, topping up its 5000 mAh battery in an hour or so. Moreover, Apple is known for slow charging, and the iPhone 13 Pro Max is no exception, as its 4352 mAh pack gets to a full charge in the abominable 2+ hours. This helps you to understand how powerful the upcoming flagship will be. Well, that is it guys, let me know your thought in the comment below, and if you are new here please subscribe, like the video, comment. Thanks for watching, see you on my next video, one peace out.